Hi kids, I'm Earl P Nut. Maybe you've seen me in the big trees over there by the MAX tracks. Believe me, I've seen a lot of MAX trains. TRIMET runs MAX trains and buses to take people where they want to go. But MAX trains are different than buses. MAX trains are very quiet. In fact, here comes one now. Before you cross the tracks, always remember to stop and look both ways. Tracks are for MAX. It's important to be safe, so let's see what we know about being safe around MAX. MAX is really big. How much do you think one MAX car weighs? As much as 2 elephants, 6 elephants, or 13 elephants? The answer is MAX weighs as much as 13 elephants. That's 55 tons, or 110,000 pounds. MAX can go fast, but can't stop like a car. So, if MAX is going 35 miles per hour, how far do you think it needs to stop? As much as half a city block, 1.5 city blocks, or as much as 2.5 city blocks? That's a long way. The answer: it takes MAX almost 2.5 blocks to completely stop. That's 428 feet. If the train is only a block away and the operator sees someone in the tracks, can it stop in time? No. Yours truly, Earl P Nut, always crosses the tracks in a safe place. Where should you cross the MAX tracks? Only at crosswalks. To tell if it's a crosswalk, look for a crosswalk sign, big stripes painted on the street, double lines across the street at an intersection, paved crossings at stations. Z crossings. There are Z-shaped crosswalks with double yellow lines and railing on each side of the tracks. They guide you through so you're able to see if there's a train coming in either direction. When you find the right place to cross, always obey the crosswalk signals. Don't forget to push the button to make them work. At some spots along the MAX route, you'll see special crossing signals called countdown signals. Let's take a closer look. What do you think this signal means? It counts down the number of seconds you have left to cross safely. How much time is left to cross in this picture? 13 seconds. If you don't think you have enough time to cross, what should you do? Wait for the next signal. What's one thing you can always do to be safe around MAX? I'll give you a hint. You'll see this sign at places where it's safe to cross. So are these kids being safe? No. MAX is very big and can't stop quickly or swerve to miss you. Could this train stop in time? No. Tracks are for MAX. If you go places with me, Earl P Nut, we might have to use both bus and MAX. So how can you be safe when you go from one to the other? Always stop and look both ways. What's another way we talked about? That's right, use crosswalks and obey the signals. Remember, never cross in front of a bus or MAX. Wait until they pass, then cross safely. And never run to catch a bus or MAX. Take your time to make sure you're safe. What is this kid doing? Is she being safe? Is it safe to ride your bike down the middle of the tracks? No. What about playing ball in the tracks? No. Where are these kids walking? In the tracks. It's not a sidewalk, is it? No. Tracks are for MAX. And what could be dangerous about wearing headphones? Remember? MAX trains are very quiet. Should you lift up the chain to cross the tracks? No. Where should you cross? That's right, crosswalks. So, are these kids really being safe? No. Always stay out of the tracks, because tracks are for MAX, not for kids. Are these kids being safe at the MAX station? No. Horsing around can be very dangerous. Someone could get pushed into the tracks. Here's the safe way to wait at the MAX station. Stand behind the white bumpy strips at the edge of the platform. Here's what they look like. What do you think they're for? The white bumpy strips tell you how far back to stand from the edge so you'll be safe. Always pay attention and stand behind the white bumps. Remember, no horsing around at a MAX station. You have to pay attention. Can you bike at MAX stations? No. What could happen if you rode on the white bumps at the station? You might get bumped off into the tracks. Can you skate at MAX stations? No. Always walk with your bike or skateboard at the station. If you forgot to be safe around MAX, what could happen? What if you were horsing around at the station or running to catch MAX and didn't stop to look both ways? What could happen? Splat! You could be flat. Take it from me, Earl P Nut. Always stop, look both ways. Tracks are for MAX. Let's see what we remember. How can we be safe around MAX? What are these kids doing? Stopping and looking both ways before crossing the tracks. That's good. Waiting behind the white bumpy tiles. Always be alert for a train. Can you find the crosswalk? Look for the big stripes. Always stay out of the tracks and only cross at crosswalks. What's important to remember at crosswalk signals? Always obey the signals at the crosswalks. And don't forget to push that button. Now that you know how to be safe, you can enjoy the ride. Where would you like to go on MAX? Tracks are for MAX. Always stop, look both ways. Tracks are for MAX.